What's up, Vikings Nation? Welcome to the Minnesota Vikings Syndicate. Now, there's been a lot of talk surrounding our quarterback, Kirk Cousins. What are we going to do? Are we going to extend him? Are we going to give him another short-term contract? What is the case? Well, I'll start off with this. A short-term contract seems very unlikely, and that was reported by NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, who follows the Vikings closely because I believe he's actually from Minnesota and stuff like that. But it seems unlikely that we're going to do so. So that means we're going to sign him to maybe a 3-year deal, or maybe we just cut him or let him finish on his contract, whatever the case may be. I think the most realistic thing is that you extend him to save some cap space. So let's dive through this situation. Of the contract options the Minnesota Vikings have with quarterback Kirk Cousins, a short-term extension doesn't appear to be the most desirable. That's according to a report from NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. He said, I would not anticipate that there's another 1-year extension here, okay? Either the Vikings and Kirk Cousins do a long-term extension that locks him up as their franchise quarterback, or potentially they keep their options open and let Cousins play out this existing deal, okay? Now remember, he was franchise tagged twice by Washington, so for the Vikings to use a third tag on Cousins after the 2023 season, it would be an astronomical number, over $50 million. Probably unlikely. So this is not just about charting the course for 2023, it's about the big picture of the Vikings quarterback situation as they figure out what to do contractually. Now, as for me, last year I said it and I'll say it again, we had Kirk Cousins and we keep signing him because he was the best available quarterback at that time. I still believe he is, but this quarterback draft class that's coming up, I think it shows a lot of promise. You know, you got Anthony Richardson Jr., Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. They're not going to last to our pick unless for some odd reason we trade up. You got Hendon Hooker. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we can go out and be like, hey, maybe he could be our franchise. Maybe this guy could be our franchise. We could trade Kirk Cousins. We can, sign a Lamar Jackson, which we could talk about. But honestly, the most realistic thing for me, okay, some of you might like it, some of you might not, is you lock him up for 3 years. You lock him up for 3, okay? Because A, that saves cap space. B, you're giving the organization time to build the franchise back up, or not really back up. You're giving the organization time to build a foundation, a big foundation. So what we got to do, okay, lock them up 3 years, whatever the case may be, and just kind of roll the dice and roll the punches and see what happens in the future. Maybe draft a young quarterback to kind of learn under Kirk Cousins, then we see what we can do in the next couple years. But that's just my 2 cents. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think we should do with Kirk Cousins. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It would be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and SKOL Vikes.